Imagine this. You wake up on what seems like an ordinary morning. The sun is shining through your window. Your phone alarm has just gone off, and a glass of water sits untouched on your bedside table. But today, you make one simple decision. You don't drink it. An hour passes, then 2, then 6. You go about your day as usual, answering messages, eating breakfast, driving to work, or heading to the gym. On the outside, everything appears perfectly normal. But inside your body, a silent battle has already begun. Your brain is the first to notice something is wrong. Hidden deep within it, tiny sensors detect that the balance of water in your blood is beginning to change. Within moments, emergency messages race through your body. Your kidneys immediately begin conserving every precious drop of water they can. Your blood starts becoming more concentrated. Your heart works a little harder with every beat. Billions of cells begin adjusting to survive with less water than they need. The most surprising part? You probably wouldn't notice any of it. The human body is one of the most extraordinary survival machines ever created. Long before you begin feeling thirsty, it launches a series of remarkable biological defenses designed to keep you alive. But those defenses have limits. As the hours pass, dehydration quietly spreads from one organ system to another. Your brain starts losing efficiency. Your muscles become weaker. Your body's cooling system begins to fail. Even your emotions and decision-making can change in ways you never expected. What starts as a missed glass of water slowly becomes a race against time. So what really happens inside your body during those first 24 hours without water? Which organs struggle first? How does your body fight to survive? And when does dehydration become truly dangerous? Today, we're going on an incredible journey inside the human body, following every major change, hour by hour, from your very last sip of water to the end of a full day without hydration. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. If you're fascinated by the incredible science of the human body, be sure to subscribe to Anatomy Uncovered and turn on notifications, so you never miss another journey into the amazing world beneath your skin. The countdown begins the moment you take your last sip of water. At first, nothing feels different. You set your glass aside, go about your morning routine, and continue your day without giving it another thought. You brush your teeth, check your phone, answer a few messages, prepare breakfast, or head out the door. Everything seems perfectly normal. But inside your body, a remarkable sequence of events has already been set in motion. Water is far more than something that quenches your thirst. It is the foundation of almost every process that keeps you alive. Around 60% of an adult's body is made of water. Your brain is made up of roughly 75% water, your muscles nearly 80%, and even your bones contain water deep within their structure. Every second of every day, this water is hard at work. It carries oxygen from your lungs to every cell in your body. It transports nutrients from your digestive system into your bloodstream. It cushions your brain inside your skull, lubricates your joints, regulates your body temperature, helps produce saliva and tears, and allows billions of chemical reactions to take place every single second. Without enough water, life simply cannot continue. Unlike body fat or stored carbohydrates, however, your body has no large reserve tank for water. It cannot save gallons of it for a difficult day ahead. Instead, it depends on a delicate balance, constantly replacing what is lost through breathing, sweating, urination, digestion, and even speaking. Most people don't realize just how much water they lose without noticing. Every breath you exhale carries tiny droplets of moisture into the air. Every trip to the bathroom removes more fluid from your body. Even while sitting quietly in a cool room, water is continuously escaping through your skin in a process called insensible water loss. It's invisible, it's constant, and it never stops. During this first hour without drinking water, those small losses continue exactly as they always have. The difference is that nothing is replacing them. Fortunately, your body has an incredibly sophisticated monitoring system. Deep inside your brain lies a small region called the hypothalamus. Although it's only about the size of an almond, it acts as one of the body's most important control centers. Among its many responsibilities is monitoring hydration. Specialized cells within the hypothalamus constantly measure the concentration of your blood. They don't wait until you're dangerously dehydrated. Instead, they watch for even the slightest increase in the amount of dissolved salts and minerals. Think of these cells as highly sensitive water detectors. The moment your blood becomes even slightly more concentrated, they notice. Right now, the change is tiny. Your body isn't in danger. There are no dramatic symptoms, no dizziness, no headache, no overwhelming thirst. Instead, your body quietly enters a state of observation. It's gathering information. As the first hour passes, your kidneys continue filtering your blood with incredible precision. Together, these two fist-sized organs process nearly 180 liters of fluid every single day. Yet almost all of that water is returned to your bloodstream. Only a small amount leaves your body as urine. This balancing act is one of the greatest engineering achievements in nature. Every second, millions of microscopic filters called nephrons remove waste products while carefully deciding exactly how much water should be kept and how much should be released. For now, the kidneys continue their work as usual, but they are ready. The instant the brain detects that water is becoming scarce, everything will change. Meanwhile, your heart continues beating about once every second. Each beat pushes blood through nearly 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels, enough to circle the earth more than twice if laid end to end. That blood is mostly water. Without enough water, blood gradually becomes thicker and more concentrated, making it harder to circulate efficiently. Fortunately, you're not there yet. At this stage, your heart doesn't need to work any harder. Your cells still contain enough fluid to function normally. Your muscles contract with ease. Your lungs continue exchanging oxygen. Your digestive system absorbs nutrients. Your body temperature remains perfectly stable. If someone looked at you from the outside, they would never know anything had changed. That's what makes dehydration so deceptive. It doesn't begin with dramatic warning signs. It begins in silence. Hidden beneath your skin, your body is already preparing for a challenge it hopes will never arrive. Every minute that passes without water brings your internal environment slightly further from perfect balance. Your brain is watching. Your kidneys are waiting. Your hormones stand ready to respond. Everything is calm, but not for long, because over the next few hours, the first unmistakable signals of dehydration will appear. A powerful hormone will be released. Your kidneys will shift into conservation mode. And for the very first time today, you'll begin to feel thirsty. The body's silent preparation is about to become an active fight for survival. 2 hours have passed since your last sip of water. On the surface, life still feels normal. You're walking, talking, working, and perhaps even enjoying your day. If someone asked how you felt, you would probably say, "I'm fine," but your body tells a different story. Every minute that passes without replacing lost fluids pushes your internal balance a little further from normal. The changes are still small, but are no longer invisible to your body's remarkable monitoring system. Deep inside your brain, the hypothalamus has detected something important. The concentration of your blood has increased ever so slightly. To most people, this change would be impossible to notice, but to the tiny sensory cells inside the hypothalamus, it's enough to trigger the next stage of your body's survival plan. Almost immediately, the brain sends signals to the pituitary gland, a pea-sized organ located just beneath it. In response, the pituitary releases a powerful chemical messenger into your bloodstream, antidiuretic hormone, often called ADH or vasopressin. Think of ADH as your body's emergency water-saving command. It travels rapidly through your blood until it reaches one of the organs that depends on it most, your kidneys. The message is simple. Water is becoming scarce. Save every drop you can. Your kidneys respond within minutes. Inside each kidney are around 1 million microscopic filtering units called nephrons. These tiny structures work tirelessly, cleaning your blood every second of the day. Now, under the influence of ADH, the nephrons begin reclaiming more water before it leaves your body as urine. Instead of allowing large amounts of water to be flushed away, they return it to your bloodstream. It's one of the most efficient recycling systems found anywhere in nature. As a result, you may notice your next trip to the bathroom is different. You produce less urine. Its color becomes darker. its smell becomes stronger. Far from being a sign that something is wrong, this is actually evidence that your kidneys are doing exactly what they were designed to do. They're protecting your life. Meanwhile, another familiar sensation begins to appear. Your mouth feels slightly dry. Many people assume a dry mouth means the body has run out of water. That's not exactly true. Instead, your body has begun reducing saliva production to conserve fluids. Saliva is mostly water, and during dehydration, even if production becomes a luxury, that sticky feeling on your tongue, the slight dryness in your throat, those are early reminders from your brain that it's time to drink. Soon afterward comes thirst. Thirst isn't just a feeling. It's a carefully engineered survival instinct that has helped humans survive for hundreds of thousands of years. Long before modern medicine, long before clean drinking water was available in every home, thirst guided our ancestors toward rivers, lakes, and springs. Without it, our species might never have survived. As the sensation grows stronger, another subtle change is taking place inside your bloodstream. Because water is gradually being lost while salts and minerals remain behind, your blood becomes slightly more concentrated. Imagine stirring sugar into a cup of tea. If you remove some of the water but leave the sugar behind, the drink becomes more concentrated. That's similar to what's happening inside your body. This thicker blood is still able to circulate, but your heart has to work just a little harder with each beat. The difference is tiny for now. You won't hear your heart racing. You won't suddenly collapse. But beneath the surface, the workload has begun to increase. At the same time, your cells start making their own adjustments. Every cell in your body depends on water to maintain its shape, transport nutrients, remove waste, and produce energy. When less water is available outside the cells, water naturally begins moving out of them to help maintain the balance of your bloodstream. It's a sacrifice. Your cells willingly give up some of their own water to protect your most vital organs. This remarkable process happens without your awareness. Billions of cells working together, each one giving up a tiny amount, so the whole body can survive. Your skin also begins changing, although you may not notice it yet. Your body starts reducing unnecessary water loss through the skin. Sweat production remains normal unless you're exercising or in a hot environment. But the body is already preparing to conserve fluids if conditions become more demanding. If you decide to go for a run, work outdoors, or spend time in the heat during these early hours, you'll lose water much faster. Instead of experiencing mild dehydration, your body could be pushed into a much more serious situation. This is why athletes, construction workers, farmers, and people living in hot climates are especially vulnerable to dehydration. They lose water faster than they can replace it. Meanwhile, your brain continues watching every change. Its emergency response has begun, but it's still optimistic. It believes water is coming soon. A glass at lunch, a bottle after your workout, a quick drink before your next meeting. It doesn't know you've decided to go an entire day without drinking. And that's where the Real Challenge begins. Because as the hours continue to pass, your body's emergency systems will no longer be enough to keep everything running perfectly. The next organ to feel the effects won't be your kidneys. It will be the control center of your entire body, your brain. And when the brain begins struggling, every other system soon follows. 6 hours have passed. By now, you've gone nearly a quarter of a day without drinking water. On the outside, you may still look perfectly healthy. You're able to hold a conversation, finish your work, drive your car, or go about your daily routine. Friends and family probably wouldn't notice anything unusual. But inside your body, the fight for survival has entered a new stage. The emergency systems that quietly switched on earlier are now working around the clock. Your kidneys are conserving water. Your hormones are doing everything they can to maintain balance. Your heart is working a little harder with every beat. Now, another vital organ begins to feel the pressure. Your brain, although it weighs only about 3 pounds, or roughly 2% of your body weight, it is the most energy-demanding organ in your body at any given moment. It consumes around 20% of the oxygen and energy your body produces. To function properly, it also depends on a steady supply of water. Every thought you have, every memory you recall, every word you speak, every movement you make, All of it relies on billions of nerve cells communicating through tiny electrical and chemical signals. Water makes that communication possible. As dehydration slowly progresses, your blood becomes slightly more concentrated, and the total volume of fluid circulating through your body begins to decline. Your brain still receives blood, but delivering oxygen and nutrients becomes just a little less efficient than before. The changes are subtle at first. You might find yourself rereading the same sentence because your concentration drifts. You walk into a room and forget why you went there. A simple decision suddenly takes longer than it should. Names, numbers, and small details seem harder to remember. Many people blame these moments on stress or lack of sleep, but dehydration can quietly produce the same effects. Research has shown that even mild dehydration can reduce attention, slow reaction time, and make complex tasks more difficult. Now your mood begins to change. Have you ever noticed yourself becoming unusually impatient on a hot day? Or feeling irritated without knowing why? Your brain is incredibly sensitive to changes in its internal environment. When it doesn't receive the water it needs, emotional regulation becomes more difficult. Small annoyances suddenly feel much bigger. Patience wears thin. Fatigue sets in. You may even feel anxious without an obvious reason. Your body isn't trying to make your day harder. It's sending another signal. Something is missing. Soon, another familiar symptom appears, a headache. But what causes it? Scientists believe several factors may be responsible. One explanation is that as your body loses water, the tissues surrounding the brain also lose fluid. This can cause the brain to shrink ever so slightly, placing gentle tension on the membranes and blood vessels that surround it. Although the movement is tiny, far too small to notice, it can be enough to trigger pain-sensitive nerves. At the same time, reduced blood volume may contribute by making it more difficult to maintain optimal circulation to the brain. The result is a dull, persistent headache that often grows worse as dehydration continues. Your eyes begin changing too. Every time you blink, a thin layer of tears protects and lubricates the surface of your eyes. Those tears are mostly made of water. As your body conserves fluids, tear production may decrease. Your eyes can begin to feel dry, irritated, or tired. If you've been staring at a computer screen for hours, the discomfort may become even more noticeable. Meanwhile, your muscles are experiencing problems of their own. Muscle cells depend on the right balance of water and electrolytes to contract and relax smoothly. As dehydration increases, that balance begins to shift. Your muscles fatigue more quickly. Simple physical tasks require more effort. If you're exercising, you may notice your performance dropping much sooner than expected. A short walk feels longer. A light workout feels unusually difficult. Your legs may begin feeling heavy. Then come muscle cramps. These sudden, painful contractions occur because dehydrated muscles struggle to function normally, especially when electrolyte levels are also affected. For athletes, this can mean slower running times, reduced strength, and a greater risk of injury. But dehydration doesn't just affect athletes. Anyone who spends time outdoors, works in the heat, or performs physical labor can experience the same effects. Meanwhile, your heart continues adapting. With less fluid circulating through your bloodstream, it must beat faster to maintain the same delivery of oxygen to your organs. Most healthy people won't notice this while resting. But stand up quickly, climb a flight of stairs, or walk at a brisk pace, and you may suddenly feel lightheaded. For a brief moment, gravity pulls blood toward your legs. Normally, your body corrects this almost instantly. Now, with less circulating fluid available, that adjustment takes longer. The result is dizziness. Perhaps your vision darkens around the edges for a second. Maybe you feel slightly unsteady before recovering. It's another reminder that your body is working harder than usual. Even your skin begins changing. Touch the back of your hand. Normally, healthy skin quickly returns to its original shape after being gently pinched. As dehydration progresses, that elasticity begins to decline. Although this sign is more noticeable in moderate or severe dehydration, it's another indication that water is becoming increasingly scarce. By the 12-hour mark, your body has accomplished something extraordinary. Despite losing fluid continuously through breathing, urination, and evaporation, it has managed to keep you functioning. You've walked, talked, worked, thought, and moved through half your day. But maintaining that balance has required enormous effort. Every organ has made sacrifices. Every survival mechanism has been activated, and those emergency reserves are beginning to run low. The second half of this journey is where dehydration changes from an inconvenience into a genuine physiological challenge. Because over the next 6 hours, the organ responsible for filtering your blood and protecting your body's chemical balance will be pushed closer to its limits than ever before. Your kidneys are about to face their greatest test. 12 hours have passed. Half the day is gone, and still, not a single drop of water has entered your body. By now, dehydration is no longer a minor inconvenience. It's becoming a serious physiological challenge. The remarkable emergency systems that quietly protected you during the first half of the day are now working at full capacity. And no organ is working harder than your kidneys. Most people rarely think about their kidneys unless something goes wrong. Hidden beneath your rib cage, these two bean-shaped organs silently perform one of the most important jobs in your body. Every single day, they filter nearly 180 liters of fluid from your blood. That number sounds impossible. After all, you certainly don't urinate 180 liters every day. That's because your kidneys are master recyclers. Almost all of that filtered water is returned to your bloodstream. Only about 1 to 2 liters leave your body as urine under normal conditions. It's an astonishing display of biological efficiency. Each kidney contains around 1 million microscopic filtering units, called nephrons. If stretched end to end, the tiny tubules inside all those nephrons will extend for dozens of kilometers. Every second, blood flows through them. Waste products are removed. Useful nutrients are recovered. Electrolytes are carefully balanced. And water is either released or saved depending on exactly what your body needs. Today, your body needs every drop. Under the powerful influence of antidiuretic hormone, your kidneys have shifted into maximum conservation mode. The nephrons begin reclaiming more water than ever before. Less water leaves as urine. More water returns to your bloodstream. It's as though your kidneys have become expert accountants, carefully tracking every molecule and refusing to waste even the smallest amount. You notice the effects almost immediately. When you finally use the bathroom, there's much less urine than usual. Its color has changed from pale yellow to a darker amber. The odor is stronger. Many people mistakenly think darker urine means the kidneys aren't working properly. In reality, during dehydration, it's often proof that they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're concentrating waste while preserving precious water. But even the kidneys have limits. Water is essential for flushing waste products such as urea, creatinine, and excess minerals from the bloodstream. As dehydration continues, these substances become more concentrated. Your kidneys can still remove them, just not as efficiently as before. Meanwhile, another important change is taking place. The total volume of blood circulating through your body continues to decrease. Imagine trying to supply an entire city with water using smaller and smaller pipes. Everything still works, but only because the system is under increasing pressure. Your heart compensates by beating faster. Your blood vessels begin narrowing in certain areas to help maintain blood pressure. This process is called vasoconstriction. By tightening the blood vessels, your body can keep enough blood flowing to your most important organs, especially your brain and heart. It's an ingenious survival strategy, but it comes at a cost. Less blood reaches your skin, your digestive system, and your muscles. Your body is making difficult decisions. It has entered survival mode. Vital organs come first. Everything else must wait. You may begin noticing that your hands and feet feel cooler than usual. Your skin may look slightly pale. These are subtle signs that blood flow is being redirected to protect the organs you cannot live without. Meanwhile, your body's natural cooling system begins struggling. Sweat is one of the most effective cooling mechanisms in the animal kingdom. As sweat evaporates from your skin, it carries away heat, preventing your internal temperature from rising too high. But producing sweat requires water, and water is now in short supply. Your brain faces an impossible choice. Should it allow you to continue sweating and risk losing even more water? Or should it conserve that water and risk allowing your body temperature to rise? The answer: it tries to do both. Sweat production gradually decreases. Unfortunately, that also means your body becomes less effective at cooling itself. If you're indoors in a cool environment, this may not seem like a problem. But imagine you're hiking under the summer sun, working on a construction site, playing football, or running a marathon. Your muscles are generating enormous amounts of heat. Normally, sweat would carry much of that heat away. Now it can't. Your internal temperature begins climbing. The risk of heat exhaustion increases rapidly. And if dehydration becomes severe enough, heat stroke, a life-threatening medical emergency, can occur. This is why access to water is so critical for people who work or exercise in hot environments. Without it, the body's cooling system simply cannot keep up. Back inside your cells, another silent sacrifice is taking place. To help maintain blood volume, water continues moving out of individual cells and into the bloodstream. Each cell loses a tiny amount of fluid. On its own, the loss is almost insignificant, but multiplied across the nearly 37 trillion cells in the human body, it becomes one of the greatest survival efforts imaginable. Your cells are giving up part of themselves so you can continue living. As the hours pass, thirst becomes almost impossible to ignore. Your mouth feels dry. Your lips begin to crack. Your tongue feels rough. Swallowing becomes uncomfortable. Every instinct in your body is telling you the same thing. Find water. This isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest survival signals evolution has ever produced. Because without water, nothing inside your body can continue working for long. By the 18th hour, your organs are still functioning remarkably well, but they're doing so under increasing strain. The emergency systems that carried you through the first 3/4 of the day are approaching their limits. And during the final 6 hours, every major organ will begin feeling the consequences. The countdown is entering its final stage. 18 hours have passed. Your body has now spent nearly an entire day without a single drop of water. What began as a silent adjustment has become a full-scale survival operation. Every major organ is now working together with one goal: keep you alive. The amount of water in your bloodstream has continued to decline, making your blood thicker and more concentrated than it was when the day began. Your heart feels the impact first. Every heartbeat now requires more effort to move blood through nearly 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels. To compensate, your heart beats faster, trying to deliver enough oxygen and nutrients to every organ. At rest, you might only notice that you're more tired than usual. But if you try to climb a flight of stairs, carry something heavy, or walk at a brisk pace, your body quickly reminds you that its resources are running low. You become short of breath more easily. Your legs feel heavier. Your energy seems to disappear much faster than normal. It's not because your muscles have suddenly become weak. It's because they're no longer receiving the ideal amount of oxygen and water they need to perform efficiently. Meanwhile, your brain continues to struggle. By now, the headache that may have started hours earlier has become more noticeable. Concentrating on even simple tasks feels exhausting. You may find yourself forgetting words in the middle of a sentence. You reread the same paragraph several times without absorbing the information. Simple decisions take longer than they should. Reaction time slow. This is why dehydration can become dangerous for people driving long distances, operating heavy machinery, or performing jobs that require constant attention. Even mild dehydration can reduce mental performance more than many people realize. Your emotions are affected as well. Research has shown that dehydration can increase irritability, anxiety, fatigue, and mental stress. A small inconvenience suddenly feels overwhelming. Your patience disappears. You feel mentally drained. Your brain is doing everything possible to conserve energy while continuing to keep your body functioning. But every survival system has limits. Your digestive system also begins slowing down. Normally, water helps food move smoothly through your stomach and intestines. Without enough water, digestion becomes sluggish. The large intestine starts absorbing more water from the waste passing through it, making the stool harder and more difficult to pass. This is why dehydration often leads to constipation. Even your stomach, may feel uncomfortable. Some people experience nausea because dehydration disrupts the body's normal balance of fluids and electrolytes. Your skin begins showing clearer signs as well. Touch your lips. They may feel dry or cracked. Your skin may appear dull. If you gently pinch the skin on the back of your hand, it may take slightly longer to return to its normal position, a sign that your body is conserving every available drop of water. But perhaps the greatest danger during these final hours involves your body's ability to control temperature. Earlier, your brain reduced sweat production to conserve water. Now that decision comes with consequences. Because less sweat reaches the surface of your skin, less heat escapes your body. Your internal temperature begins rising more quickly, especially if you're active or exposed to hot weather. Imagine hiking across a dry trail under the afternoon sun, or working on a rooftop during summer, or playing football without drinking water. Your muscles generate heat. Your body tries to cool itself, but the cooling system no longer has enough water to do its job effectively. The risk of heat exhaustion increases dramatically. If dehydration continues and body temperature rises too high, heat stroke can develop, a medical emergency that can damage the brain, heart, kidneys, and other organs if not treated immediately. Fortunately, most healthy adults who accidentally go 24 hours without water and then rehydrate promptly will recover without lasting harm. The moment you finally lift a glass of water to your lips, everything begins to change. Water travels down your esophagus and into your stomach. Within minutes, it starts passing into your small intestine, where it's rapidly absorbed into your bloodstream. Almost immediately, your blood becomes slightly less concentrated. The hypothalamus detects the improvement. It begins reducing the release of antidiuretic hormone. Your kidneys receive the message. The emergency conservation order is slowly lifted. Urine production gradually returns to normal. Your heart no longer has to work as hard to circulate blood. Your brain receives the hydration it has been waiting for. The headache begins to fade. Your concentration improves. Your mood becomes more stable. Your muscles regain strength. Cell by cell, organ by organ, your body starts repairing itself. It's one of the most remarkable examples of resilience in nature. For nearly 24 hours, trillions of cells work together to protect you. Your brain monitored every tiny change. Your kidneys recycled every possible drop of water. Your heart adapted to changing blood volume. Your blood vessels redirected circulation to your most vital organs. Your cells willingly sacrificed part of their own water to keep the body alive, all without you consciously controlling a single process. The human body is an extraordinary masterpiece of biological engineering, but it also teaches us an important lesson. Water isn't just another beverage. It isn't optional. It isn't something your body can simply do without. It is a foundation of every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, every movement, and every moment of your life. The next time you pour yourself a glass of water, remember what happened inside your body today. Remember the silent battle your organs fought. Remember the billions of cells that work together to protect you. And remember that one of the simplest choices you make each day, staying hydrated, is also one of the most important. Now that you've seen what happens inside your body after 24 hours without water, one question remains. What incredible survival challenge should we explore next? Today, we follow one of the most remarkable journeys a human body can take. From the very first missed sip of water to the end of full 24 hours without hydration, you've seen how every organ responds with incredible precision. Your brain constantly monitored your body's fluid balance. Your kidneys worked tirelessly to conserve every possible drop. Your heart adapted to changing blood volume, while trillions of cells sacrificed their own water to protect the organs that matter most. It's a powerful reminder that the human body is not only complex, it's incredibly resilient. But resilience should never be mistaken for invincibility. Although a healthy person may recover after a short period without water, dehydration can become dangerous much faster in hot weather, during intense physical activity, or for infants, older adults, and people with certain medical conditions. Listening to your body's signals and staying properly hydrated are among the simplest and most effective ways to support your health. The next time you take a sip of water, remember that you're doing far more than quenching your thirst. You're helping your brain think clearly, your heart pump efficiently, your kidneys filter waste, your muscles perform at their best, and every cell in your body function exactly as nature intended. The human body performs millions of extraordinary tasks every single day, most of them without you ever noticing. And we've only uncovered one small part of its incredible story. If you enjoyed this journey inside the human body, let us know in the comments. What topic should we explore next? We'd love to hear your ideas. If you found this video informative, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to Anatomy Uncovered, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the science that keeps you alive. And if you're ready to discover another fascinating mystery of the human body, click on one of the videos on your screen now. Your next journey into the wonders of human anatomy is waiting. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and keep uncovering the incredible secrets hidden inside the human body. Thanks for watching.